Hey guys, welcome back to Next Level Fitness. So I was supposed to make a video, I think last week, but it's winter here where I am, and it's dark and it's cold, and people get miserable. So I didn't really feel like doing the video at that time. But it's still cold, it's still dark. Well, it's colder. I'm still miserable, but let's kind of get this video out. So basically, what I want to talk about, it's just nutrition and eating. um, Not going to go super detailed with it, just something that I kind of follow and adopted and changed over the years with, working with a coach and, taking a nutrition course and stuff like that. And just try to blend it and make kind of my own thing with it. So, let's get into it. So when we talk about like eating and nutrition, I kind of want to take away the word diet from it, as I feel once you mention diet to somebody, it brings a whole bunch of negative weight with it, and people are already, their guard is already up. It's like, oh, I don't want to diet. So I usually don't try my best not to say diet. I say nutrition plan or meal plan or eating plan, just so they're a little bit more accepting, um, and are able to actually like adopt it and like actually follow through on it a lot better than if I were to say, all right, we're going to start on a diet. Here's your diet. Just trying to keep it light and manageable for people. The next thing I would say you want when you're doing a meal plan, nutrition plan, and anything like that is you need to clearly define what you're trying to achieve. So what I mean by this basically is, are you looking to gain like weight, as in gain muscle? Are you looking to lose body fat? Like what is it you're trying to do? Once you have a clear view on that, then just putting the meal plan together afterwards. It'll be a lot of trial and error, but at least you know you're doing it for this reason, and you're not spending a lot of time just kind of, shooting in the dark and hoping things work. So when you hear people talk about meal planning, nutrition planning, things like that, what you're also going to hear is calories in versus calories out, creating calorie deficits, things like that. If that's what you want to follow, great. But if you're not like competing, if you don't have an event coming up in a couple months, it doesn't need to be that strategic. Yes, calories in versus calories out is gonna count, but if you're not competing, you don't have to like cut a bunch of calories. The calorie cut can happen over weeks at a time until you find a spot where you're seeing your results, but you're not feeling like you're starving, or you're feeling like, you know, this the fatigue from not having that energy just to get through the day. So we're gonna look at it more as like calorie cut over time. This is for if you're trying to lose weight, trying to lose body fat. Try to figure out how many calories you're consuming throughout the day. Every week, look to cut maybe, let's say, start really low, fairly easy. Cut maybe like 100 calories um, from your total, and see how you feel. And if you feel fine, the following week, cut another 50 or another 100. See how you feel. And just kind of record and really pay attention to like what your body's doing, how you feel in your workouts, how you feel throughout the day as well. Um, Along with like, getting your sleep and everything like that. Just really be mindful and pay attention to that, because it's that's going to be your indicator. Um, Same as, if you're looking to put on weight in terms of muscle. Um, Again, record how many calories you eat in a day, and then start seeing where you can add like 100 calories or 200 calories. Now, when you're adding these, try not to have it just be like, you're going to eat like an extra piece of cake, or you're going to like scarf down donuts every week. Like those things are fine, kind of, if you're looking to like gain weight, but it's not something you want to do like, every day or every other day. Like you want to like implement it like in small increments. Trust me, I've kind of learned from this during the first quarantine, where there's weeks where I would just demolish like desserts and stuff, and yeah, I go weigh myself the following week and I've gained a bunch of weight and not the kind of weight I wanted. So if you're looking to gain that weight, looking to gain muscle, you add in some extra calories, but make sure it's like stuff that you're already eating naturally. Like, have a bit more carb. If you're having like your rice, if you're having your bread, maybe an extra slice of bread or something like that. If you're big into like fruit, maybe have an extra piece of fruit. Increase your portion size of meat. Like all those will add up, and it won't just kind of sit there and become, fat over time. You also have to take in mind again, it's your what you're expending in your workout. So if your workout isn't as intense, but you're flooding yourself with calories, yeah, you'll gain weight, but the weight you gain will be fat. If you're eating a lot of junk. If you're actually eating what they call good calories, you'll gain the weight, but you won't have as much fat that comes with it. Okay, so this one's kind of building off the last thing I just talked about there, where it's again your activity level based off your eating. So I guess depending on when you're watching this video. So if you're watching it like when I post it up, which will probably be tomorrow, Wednesday, November 16th. Right now, where I am at, I guess where most people are at in the world right now, we're in a quarantine or in a lockdown. So if your main source of working out was the gym, your gym's probably closed. So you're going to have to be careful with your eating. I'm not saying starve yourself, but look at your activity level throughout the day versus what you normally would eat. The reason I'm saying that is if you're still eating the way you were when the gyms were open, you're going to put on a lot of unnecessary, unwanted weight. So you're really going to have to manage what you're eating now more than ever to match your activity level. Okay? That's really all I can kind of say about that. Again, I find myself in that predicament along with a lot of people trying to manage what I eat throughout the day, throughout the week, versus my activity level. Like I'm still able to work out about 6 days a week, twice with like weights where I can use like a barbell and some like actual weights. The other workouts are just like at home using bands and like the one kettlebell I have here. So I really have to pay strict or as strict attention as I can to my eating. And it's been hit or miss, like just being completely honest. But I still feel it's better than the first time we were in lockdown. So yeah, just manage your calories in versus your activity if you're in a quarantine like myself and everybody else. And you'll either, maintain what you had when you were at the gym, or, if you're really, really good at it, you can actually start losing the body fat. Okay? All right. So, wasn't really going to talk about this part, but I guess it needs to be said or needs to be covered. So, yeah, again, like if you're not competing, your nutrition, your meal plan, your eating plan doesn't need to be like super strict. I find too when you're working with people of different cultures, you have to kind of adjust the meal plan based on what they eat in their culture. So my background, I family's from the West Indies, so they cook with like a lot of oils and stuff like that. There's a lot of rice. I don't live at home anymore. I live on my own, so I can control my eating that way. But when I do go visit my mom, although she's improved and makes a lot of stuff that's more healthy, I still try to watch, what I have there. Just try to really like control my portions, I guess is the best way to put it. So if you are of a different cultural background, just because you're doing a meal plan or an eating plan. It doesn't mean, you can't eat those foods from your culture. Just be aware of what's in them and, reasonable portion sizes. I know the food taste is really good, but if you're looking, especially to lose weight, you're going to have to work on portion control. So you can still enjoy the food, but work on that portion control.